Hello, hello, hello. Happy Easter. I've got two Easter books. The Big Bunny and the Easter Eggs by Stephen Kroll. And look at the Easter Bunny. The big bunny. He is a big bunny. His head was stuffed up and his nose was runny. His throat was sore and he had a temperature. His eyes were red and his ears hurt. Wilbur lay on his bed and groaned. Who was going to deliver the Easter baskets? Hours went by. It was getting very late. Wilbur's rabbit's friends came and knocked on his door. Wilbur, shouted Hector. Wilbur, you have to get going. Wilbur, shouted Francine. Wilbur, it's after midnight. Wilbur, shouted Charles and Henrietta. Wilbur, if you don't go soon, the children won't have any Easter eggs. Uh-oh, I bet he's got the coronavirus. Here's all the bunnies at his door saying, come on, we have to go. We have to go deliver the Easter eggs. I know, moaned Wilbur, but I can't get up. I'm too sick. Wilbur's friends banged on the door some more, but Wilbur felt too awful to listen. He took some more medicine, rolled over, and fell back to sleep. Oh, there he is. He's got a hot water bottle on his head. He's got a humidifier and a box of Kleenex tissues. And the rabbits are waving bye to him. See the stars in the sky? Charles and Henrietta talked things over with Hector and Francine. Something had to be done. If Wilbur wasn't going to deliver the Easter eggs, they would have to deliver them for him. Hector and Francine loaded themselves up with the Easter baskets. Charles and Henrietta did the same. The baskets were so heavy they could hardly walk. Oh, look at them with the baskets. They even have them hanging on their ears. That's a lot of baskets. Which one do you think is yours, Addie? Esme, which one's yours? Which your favorite? Is it the blue or the pink? The four of them struggled through the woods. Hector, said Francine. Hector, I can hardly see. That's all right, said Hector. Just try to follow me, Francine. At that moment, Francine bumped into Hector and Charles bumped into Henrietta. Dozens of Easter baskets crashed to the ground. Broken eggs everywhere. I think, said Charles, we'll have to have a different idea. Look at them. Oh, no. Too many eggs, too many baskets. He and Henrietta went to get her red wagon. Hector and Francine helped them load it with Easter baskets. When it was piled high, all four of them pulled the wagon to the road. Well, that was a good idea. Put them in a wagon. Suddenly, the wagon hit a rock and turned over. The Easter baskets were scattered everywhere. I don't think we can do this, said Hector. Soon it will be morning, said Charles. We'll have to make Wilbur get up, said Henrietta. Oh, the wagon tipped over. Oh. I like this basket with the ribbon on top. Which basket do you like? How many bunnies are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that what you got? When his four rabbit friends got back to his burrow, Wilbur was still asleep. As they pounded on his door again, he opened one eye. Wilbur, shouted Charles. Wilbur, you have to deliver the eggs yourself. Wilbur, shouted Francine. Wilbur, there isn't much time left. Wilbur lay in bed grumbling. He blew his nose and coughed. Hector and Francine ran into the burrow and dumped Wilbur on the floor. Get up, Wilbur. Look how big Wilbur is compared to the other bunnies. So there's 4 small bunnies and 1 big bunny. All right, he said, all right, I'm coming. He put on his earmuffs, his scarf, and his favorite jacket to make sure he kept warm. He put an ice pack on his head, a nice big handkerchief in his jacket pocket, and tucked a hot water bottle under his arm. Hurry, his friends shouted. Hurry, Wilbur. Wilbur shuffled to the door. I'm going to do this because it's my duty, but you're going to have to help me. Of course, said Hector. Certainly, said Francine. We're your friends, said Charles and Henrietta. Together they helped Wilbur load himself up with Easter baskets. In a moment there were baskets up and down his legs and around his ears. Finally, he was ready. Wilbur struggled out into the woods with his friends pulling the red wagon behind him. He knew he'd have to hurry. It was almost daylight, but his joints ached, his head hurt, his nose was running, and his cough was getting worse. Oh, he does look like he doesn't feel well, does he? But look where all the baskets are going. Do you see the baskets on his legs? And his arms? And his ears? No wonder they need that big bunny. He thumped up to the first house. Everyone was fast asleep. He left 2 baskets of eggs on the front doorstep. So far, so good. At the next house, he crept inside and left a basket by a little boy's bed. When he got outside, the sun was rising and a paper boy was cycling into the driveway. Wilbur froze. He was much too tired to run. The boy was sure to see him. At that moment, Francine jumped up and grabbed the newspaper out of the boy's hands. She tossed it to Hector, and the 2 of them thumped off across the yard. Hey, called the boy, come back here with that newspaper. And he ran after Hector and Francine, allowing plenty of time for Wilbur to escape. When the group was back together and Wilbur had caught his breath, he thanked Hector and Francine for saving him. But before he knew it, he was in trouble again. Three houses later, he was leaving a little girl's room when he had to sneeze. He reached for his handkerchief, but not in time to prevent a huge achoo! The little girl sat up. Oh my goodness, she sat up in bed. I wonder if she's going to see the big bunny. Wilbur dived under the bed. His ears and his feet stuck out. Any second he'd be seen. Then Charles and Henrietta pulled the covers over the little girl's head. Wilbur jumped up and ran out of the house. That was close. See Wilbur's feet under the bed? See Henrietta and Francine hiding the little girl so she doesn't see? But Wilbur's troubles were not over. Hurry, hurry, hide behind that tree, shouted Charles as a woman and her dog began to chase him. Hurry, hurry, jump into that bush, shouted Hector as he and Charles distracted a policeman. Well, here's the dog coming after. Oh my goodness, Wilbur, run, run. And here's the policeman. Oh no, get away, quick. Quick, under that sheet, shouted the 4 bunnies as a man reached out to pick up his milk. With so much hiding, see he's under the sheet? With so much hiding and diving to do, Wilbur left a lot of his baskets in very odd places. But finally they were all delivered. Wilbur was so tired. He fell asleep. His friends had to pull him home in the red wagon. He looks tired. When the children started looking for their Easter baskets, they found them under bushes, on fence posts, and hanging from trees. It was the strangest Easter they'd ever had, but they didn't mind. Easter had never been so much fun. Look where all the baskets are. See the dog with the basket? And the baskets in the trees, and look at the birdie even has eggs in his nest. And there's an egg in the mailbox. And in the bushes. The end. There's Wilbur, exhausted. I wonder if you'll have Easter eggs hidden at your house. I love you, love you, love you. Bye-bye.